Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So overall, the market is still kind of holding steady at about roughly 21.5k on Bitcoin. The overall market cap sitting at about almost $950 billion. And in regards to Hbar, I know that we were, pumping a little bit earlier, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Like, yeah, we're up like 1.19% almost. Like, honestly nothing compared to most of the other assets. We're up about 32% almost in trading volume. Again, nothing too significant. We do see the price here, that we hit about like roughly almost 6.5 cents around that range. And this is most likely like a lot of these altcoins are taking a little bit of a hit right now. Like even for an example, I seen like Ethereum was down a little bit earlier, but a lot of these tokens are turning red as we do see Bitcoin kind of fall down a little bit, and also Bitcoin dominance starting to gain some traction. So I'm definitely keeping a close eye out on this as we do see like job reports and things like that happening this month. So definitely stay cautious around this range. Don't get like too antsy about like just FOMOing in and things like that, because again, there's no point to FOMO unless we actually break a critical level, which we have not yet done. Now, with this in mind, we have been seeing a large amount of things happening around Hedera, so let's actually dive in and let's actually look at this. So, first off, announcement from the Hbar Foundation. We do see our congratulations to Geisenberger West, VP Sustainability and ESG, for his new position as co-chair of the newly formed GBB as Council, and Interwork Alliance's Task Force for Carbon Emissions, defining processes and standards for tokenizing supply chain carbon emissions. Now, the reason why I really focus on this and the reason why I do believe that this is actually going to be pretty large is because of the names behind this. So first off, we really kind of take a quick look at this. So let me just zoom in real quick for you guys, just so that you guys can actually see this. So we do see here, Global Blockchain Business Council, GBBC's Interwork Alliance, an initiative which empowers organizations to adopt and use token-powered services in their day-to-day operations, will be launching a new task force focusing on carbon emissions on August 2nd, 2022, chaired by Wes Geisenberger, VP for Sustainability and ESG at the Hbar Foundation, and Tom Garlick. I honestly thought that I was saying that last name wrong, but then I actually read it again, and it is Garlic. Senior Manager for EY's U.S. Blockchain Practice. The task force will look at defining processes and standards around tokenizing carbon emissions to better track those emissions through supply chains, thereby enabling companies to streamline the process of tracking emissions and more easily determine their carbon footprint. And I think that this is great. I mean, honestly, in regards to like sustainability, the GBBC and also like even the Interwork Alliance have been, stardom players within that area. So it would definitely make sense for them to really kind of focus on like carbon credits and things like that, especially around like the supply chain itself, which again, the supply chain is a very large market. I don't really need to explain that to you, as we have described this with Zinfin, for an example, in the past. But the Interwork Alliance is a company that I've been personally watching for a long time, and I've actually mentioned the Interwork Alliance multiple times in videos with like XRP, XLM, etc. But we do see here like simplifying the digital interchange of value. An initiative of the GBBC empowers organizations to adopt and use token-powered services in their day-to-day operations across use cases and networks, bringing inclusivity to globally distributed applications. Now, funny enough, like I said, when we look at XDC and like other DLTs, like here we have no more paper tokenizing bills of lading for shipping. This is through trade finance with, of course, supply chain in, mind. This is focused on XDC. Remember, XDC, it has connections to, the Interwork Alliance. XRP has, connections to Interwork Alliance. Like all of the major DLTs are already working with like the IWA, and we do see like securing DLT for the finance industry and industry approach. 100%. Like we're going to see major players within this area really kind of being a part of the Interwork Alliance and also like the GBBC, and this is all going to be focusing on tokenization. Tokenization is going to be a very large market. I've always said it time and time again. Now, who is the Interwork Alliance, you may ask? Well, this is actually very interesting. So first off, we do see down here, vision to simplify the world of token-powered digital interchange. Remember when I told you guys that tokenization is definitely going to be like, a part of everyday life. It's going to be much bigger than what anyone can really kind of assume. This is exactly why I say that. We do see like IWA is an association of private sector organizations, large and small technology providers and technology consumers, governments, academics, and also civil society at large that share the vision of a world of collaboration built on the digital interchange of tokenized items of value. Yes, when we really kind of look at this, this is probably going to be through everything. We're going to be seeing real estate, healthcare. I mean, like so many markets will be disrupted by this alone. And of course, we do see the IWA drives toward three primary objectives for fulfilling its missions: achieve a commercially viable global ecosystem for all by publishing an open standards-based architecture on market-driven technical specifications, build trust in services and solutions credentialed by IWA through cost-effective and timely testing and certification processes, establish worldwide market leadership for IWA certified solutions by heavily promoting our members' brands and technologies. Now, with all of this in mind, we still don't know exactly who's behind IWA. Well, actually, let's go check it out. So first off, we really look at the use cases here, and then we look at the members. This is like where we do see like the memberships. So we're actually going to be opening the memberships tab here in a second. But we do see the Interwork Alliance, an initiative of the Global Blockchain Business Council, is made up of thought leaders around the globe with shared vision to create enterprise-ready solutions that are neutral, competitive, and embody a credible market view. Funny enough, this is actually backed by over 500 institutional members, 178 ambassadors, and 95 jurisdictions and disciplines. It's a very, very large, company, if you will, or alliance, if you will. And again, you can see like their key pillars here in regards to like partnerships, advocacy, education as well. And we do see like their focuses down here, digital infrastructure and the digital economy, engaging, with governments, academia, and also private sector on the state of digital infrastructure building, governance, and oversight. We do see global standards and regulation, sustainable and resilient systems as well. To me, this is where, Hedera definitely comes into play in regards to like sustainability wise and like digital identity and stuff like that around like climate as well. And of course, you do see like the membership benefits. But this is where I want to really kind of shine a light on the use cases. Now, the use cases are pretty significant. Obviously, they are centered around tokenization as a whole, but we do see bonds like used to issue fixed denomination, fungible, transferable bonds. Documents as well, paper documents, are basically going to be disrupted into the digital eye. E-money, used to issue regulated electronic money. Sorry about that. Now, of course, you could see this. Like, if you open this, they have PDF files on this entire breakdown. This is through IO Builders, by the way, with e-money. I've talked to you guys about the connections with IO Builders with Hedera in a video from a while back. If you guys do want to see an updated, video on that, I could definitely talk to you guys about it because this is definitely a significant area to really kind of look at. I don't know if they even mention Hedera on here. Maybe even Hashgraph. They probably... So no, they're not mentioning any talks about Hbar, Hedera, or anything like that. So I would definitely have to go in depth on it in regards to the video around it. But yeah, some of these use cases are pretty large. We do see Fab token used to issue, transfer, and redeem tokens in a managed system. Inventory used to manage tokens representing items in an inventory. Issuance used to centrally issue and manage tokens. This will most likely be on a DLT. I didn't really look too much into these. But this is through organization, digital asset. You could definitely like read more about this. But you could definitely see where we are headed in regards to tokenization with this. We do see down here like analogies, loyalty points. Most credit cards or retail loyalty point programs deal with a whole number so that redeeming points is easy to understand their customers. And then we do see like general admission movie tickets. They're basically just utilizing analogies in regards to like tracking this. But there's just so much to this. I mean, it's insane. And there's so much more here as well, like reserved tickets, original art, licensed diploma, log, loyalty as well. And this is all through like the IWA. And again, this is like major players. And also even going back to like the initial article here that we really kind of started with, they're also mentioning that a senior manager for EY's U.S. blockchain practice is a part of this, aka Tom Garlick. Funny enough, when we really kind of look at this, like Ernst & Young is actually a very large, financial sector company as well. Remember, when we really kind of looked at Ernst & Young in a video before, this has over 300,000 employees, $40 billion in revenue as well. This is a very, very large private company. Again, pay attention to the names that are interconnected with Hedera. Yesterday, I just talked to you guys a little bit about FIS Global with connections to 95% of the world's leading banks. This is, a connection to 500 financial institutions, and not only financial institutions, but also other companies, other DLTs. This is where I really want to focus on, where Hedera definitely shines. Now, also, Timeless, funny enough, like the same day, announced this. Timeless is excited to announce that it has open source on AWS and GCP Terraform set up for the Hedera Guardian to the community. The release of this repository is a major leap forward for the Hedera ESG ecosystem. Everything is focused on ESG, on sustainability. Like, this is why I've said, like, in regards to like the energy sector, Hedera is going to shine. Like, we are basically seeing the future of energy being built out on Hedera. Like, this is insane to me. We do see Timeless are using this alongside the various policies we are building for each of our clients to ensure that the captured energy and emissions readings are fed to the blockchain in a completely secure manner, of course, through the Hedera Guardian. What better way to secure it than through Hedera as well? And we do see down here that they talk about Terraform and Timeless. Timeless utilizes infrastructure as a code in everything we do. As a multi-cloud entity, we have chosen Terraform as our IAC provider because it allows for cross-cloud deployments to be handled within a single tool and syntax. And of course, this goes on to mention a little bit more about the Guardian in regards to some things that the setup comes with. We do see custom VPC for the Guardian, Helm charts for each of the Guardian services published by Envision, persistent volume chains or claims were required or where required. Sorry, stateful sets were where required. I always want to say like war. I don't know why. Auto scaling both vertical and horizontal. Basic firewall / port blocking. AWS security groups. GCP firewall as well. So yeah, I mean, like when we really kind of look at these companies, like I'm very, I would say interested to see where energy does lead to within blockchain. We talk about Energy Web Token. I'm still a major supporter of EWT. I think that it's an incredible project. But in regards to like the energy sector, we could definitely see that Hedera has positioned themselves perfectly within that area. And I definitely look forward to seeing where this does lead to. But I do think that the connections with GBBC and also like Interwork Alliance is just major. I think that this is huge. We've talked about IO builders. Like I said, if you guys do want a video on that, comment down below if you guys want that video, because I could definitely do a full-on breakdown on it and also the connections that Hedera has to it. So with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick, and guys, you already know. Peace out.